I'm Jacob Stein, and here's my take on the 5 things an attorney needs to know in order to create a successful and thriving law practice. Number 1, niche down. There are about 1 million lawyers in the United States. Many of them are successful. They're good at what they do, right? They're very proficient as lawyers. So you need to stand out and you need to specialize, right? And specialize to stand out. I started my career as a tax lawyer at a big law firm. And when I left the big law firm to start my own practice, I did not want to compete with other tax lawyers. I knew so many other good tax lawyers in Los Angeles and in other cities. I thought it would be a long haul for me trying to build a reputation in that community. There are just so many good ones, like difficult to stand out. So I niched down, right? And I picked asset protection as my primary practice area. There are not a lot of lawyers across the US that were in that practice area. There are also fewer clients, right, that need asset protection, but because it was such a specialty, it allowed me to build a name and build a name fairly quickly, right? I just started lecturing on asset protection planning, getting my name out there. Most lawyers who heard my presentations never heard of an asset protection lawyer, so I was their go-to guy for asset protection planning. So I niched down and built a big practice based on that. And it does take patience to do that, right? Because you are limiting the work you're going to go for. So slow going at first, but then you're reaping the benefits in the long term by becoming a specialist. Number 2, say no. Say no more often. Say no to a lot of things. 1, to free up time. And second, just to communicate to the world the value that you see in yourself. Very often when someone starts their own practice, they're afraid to turn away business. What if this is the last time I'm getting business? What if I say no to this opportunity? This person will never refer another client to me. I had those same fears. And eventually I started saying no to work. I started saying no to a lot of speaking opportunities and writing opportunities. And that freed up a lot of time. It made me happier, made my staff happier. And I've done this analysis on my practice, and I bet it applies to any lawyer. And the analysis that I did is that the 80-20 rules apply. The 80-20 rule applies to the practice of law. 20% of my clients generated 80% of revenues. And that's crazy, right? Because you spend 80% of your time then on 20% of revenue. So we cut that out. We look at where, was the threshold? How do we cut out the 80% of clients that generate 20% of revenue? It freed up a lot of time, both for myself and my staff. We were all a lot less stressed out. We are able to do much better work, service our clients much better. And it gives us time to learn. It gives us time to go after better business development opportunities. Just for us, it was a great thing to do. Say no more often. Number 3, what is your way to develop business? There is no one perfect way, no single way to develop business. We all have different personality traits, different skills. So will you develop business through social networking, getting involved in some organizations, a leadership position with the bar, writing, speaking, networking? My own way primarily is through public speaking. Over the past 20 years, I've taught, I think, over 600 continuing education seminars. I used to travel nonstop across California, other states, lecturing to attorney groups. Thankfully, today, it's almost all through webinars, and that allows me to reach a national audience with minimal effort. There are always a lot of CLE providers looking for content. So you will have a lot of opportunities to speak if you're willing to. It maybe is a difficult and certainly a scary experience at first, but it is a skill that can be developed if you work at it, and that can become your thing. But again, I don't think there's one right way to develop business. Find your thing. What are you comfortable with? What are you good at? Number 4, keep reading. This is something that my former law partner, my mentor, taught me from day one. If you want to be good as a lawyer, just read. All the knowledge is out there. It's not hidden from you, right? You can master anything you want to if you just keep reading. Pick up a treatise, pick up an article, pick up a law review, pick up something, right? And read it. The amount of knowledge and information that we can all acquire is limitless. And the more you read, the better you will be as a lawyer. And I'm always trying to remind myself, don't get comfortable, keep reading, keep educating yourself. And number 5, ask for it. Ask for it. Lawyers so often see themselves as professionals first, but we're business people as well. We are salespeople as well. We're all selling our services. We're all selling ourselves. So don't be afraid to sell yourself, because if you won't, no one else will, right? Sell yourself, and if you want business, ask for it. This was challenging for me, right? Because I perceived that selling my services came across as being needy, as being greedy. There are some sort of fears associated with it. I think a lot of lawyers share that. You have to believe that you provide value to your clients. And if you really believe you provide value to the clients, you're no longer needy or greedy, you're doing something good for them. And if you don't think you're providing value to your clients, then why are you doing this in the first place, right? Be valuable and ask for it, ask for business. I'm Jacob Stein, and I hope this is helpful.